It is March, and it pretty much means most of us are either talking about the International Women's Day or already participating in some or the other form in celebrating it. Always a good thing if you're celebrating women. Some women, of course, will complain, why is it only one day of the year? But then there are a lot of other things that are associated with it. You are watching this episode of Match Show so that we can understand more about what brands or marketers are doing about women. And in terms of celebrating women, there was no dearth of the kind of work that we saw. But today, with my co host, Abhinav Trivedi, hi Abhinav, we
Hi,
are
Nikolai.
with Abhinav, we are going to be discussing a few things about what stood out in the last year after the crisis, what stood out for women across. We're also going to be discussing on what should be done as next steps or what brands should be focusing on every time they plan what they want to do around International Women's Day. Abhinav,
Yes,
I
no.
first want to discuss some happy things over here. So for me, last year was very interesting when I was looking at what women were doing, or some of the headlines, especially because of some of the international headlines and how women were being celebrated. Now, if
Hmm.
you look at the crisis here alone, I'm sure you have seen as much as me when we saw the headlines around New Zealand and how it was one of the first countries to go COVID free. Second, everybody wanted that Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. She really truly stood out. New Zealand has had a history of female prime ministers, so that was not the takeaway, but her leadership was truly remarkable. And I think
Hmm.
later in the year, when we saw the United States campaign and what was going on in their presidential elections and the rise of Kamala Harris was something else that was really out there. What did you think, Abhinav? Was there anything for you that was standing out last year?
Well, Noor, every year there is always a progressive and I would say incremental changes in the way society looks at women and how that perception of women being the inferior gender. We are breaking that stereotype and we have come a long way. But of course, we have seen a lot of women rise in the past few years, but on the grassroots, the situation more or less remains the same. And
Not
especially
even worse, actually. If you think about some of the discussions that we were going through, there are some statistics that are worse today than they were a decade ago.
exactly, Noor. And it always feels bad because on one side we celebrate Women's Day, we celebrate womanhood, we celebrate everything which is associated with women. And on the other hand, I should say, inside the confines of four walls, the perception or reality is completely different. I mean, when it comes to education, okay, more than 84% women are still dropping out in India after graduation.
Hmm.
More than, although more girls are studying, but the graduation numbers are going down steadily. More than 64% of women, almost 65, like somewhere between 64 to 65% of women in India do not have basic access to sanitary napkins. Okay, now these are very sad figures to look at. Even when it comes to employment, like women's participation in Indian workforce has plummeted from 37% to 18% in the last 13 years.
Yes, yes,
And
that was, in fact, that was a metric that was truly for me that was surprising and shocking. This was a World Economic Forum report, if I'm not mistaken,
right,
which actually highlighted that in India, like India seems to be, I think we were on the 149th position or 194th position, something like that, in
hmm,
terms of women contribution to employment, and
yes,
that has been on the downrise from a 37%. How did we drop to 18% in terms of contribution to economic growth and employment? Also, the other metric that we were considering when we were, when we were going through all the numbers of present day status.
child marriage,
Yes,
Noor. And
yes,
in according to the UNICEF report, India and four other countries account for half of world's child marriages. Now that is a very dismal figure, and it's very discouraging to see when we talk about women empowerment, women enablement, as the word which you have coined for me, I would say. But these numbers are very discouraging. Now, what happens is, and what the fact which also irritates me, and now know that you will not like this coming from me, is like whenever I'm not against celebration of Women's Day or the way we celebrate, but what we see on social media is 1% of the 1%. Okay,
yes,
it's very creme de la creme picture of the how women are perceived and treated, but the reality is something else. There are a lot of brands which focus on Women's Day. Of course, there are a lot of retail shops in metros, Delhi, Mumbai, which give 100% off to women on Women's Day, one plus one free on Women's Day. But I think we need to look beyond these freebies if we are
yes.
actually about to empower. women of this country?
Some of these things are actually kind of required. Like if you looked at the Reebok Bruises Are Good campaign from last year, one of the stats that came out in that is, so what Reebok did was that they put a lot of people, multi-age and different backgrounds in the room, men, women, all, and they put like this glass box in between, and there was a woman sitting over there with a lot of bruises on her face. Like she had like a big bruise on her eye and like about everywhere. And just about everybody thought that this was a victim of domestic violence. 76% of the study at that time was saying that they all believed that it was some form of physical abuse. If not domestic violence, it was eve teasing, or somebody, it was in her office or something. But that was their first takeaway, until that woman gets up and she actually shows that she's a boxer. So she had gotten that bruises because she's fit to fight, and because of her occupation. But that was a mindset. So the fact that some of these things are being put out there or are being put in your face, you're right, indicates what our country is facing, which then challenges what I was saying, which is we are empowered, but there is unfortunately only one section of people that actually know that they are empowered and how to go about it. And then there's another big chunk that really needs addressing. Now, this is the plot that I think brands are not paying enough attention to.
Any brand campaign which stood out for you this year? And I'm talking about the tangible propositions, not like hashtag women are great. Not those kind of campaigns, but genuine campaigns which raised or addressed genuine problems.
In fact, I kind of liked it when you were talking about, when we were doing the brief for this, and we were talking about call to action. So I liked what you were saying at that time. And I did specifically, kind of keep an eye out for that. One was the Shaadi.com campaign. Now, Shaadi.com traditionally has been a very forward-thinking brand when it comes to depiction. For example, earlier they had disagreed into carrying ads which were asking for a particular kind of women, like, I want tall, fair, vagara, vagara. So Shaadi.com had said they wouldn't carry these kind of listings. However, the campaign that they did this year was about the freedom of choice, and they were trying to take the pressure off. The whole campaign is, do not pressure the girl into getting married, give her time. Now, this is an initiative under Shaadi Cares. But for a matrimonial brand, which, by the way, I have to say, for a lot of Indian women, by mothers, not women, Indian mothers, that is quite the brand to look up to, because they feel that there's some kind of a matrimonial advisor, or there's some good advice coming from them. For them to get up and say, don't push your daughter into getting married, I thought that was really cool. I love Prega News, the campaign this year. Now, again, Prega News is very active during IWD. I think every IWD, they have a special campaign. Last year, it was camaraderie between the homemaker and domestic help. But this year, they have actually picked up the very sensitive issue of infertility. And they're showing like a homemaker, the elder sister-in-law, and she's pretty much integral to everything that's happening in the household. And then there is this younger sister-in-law who's getting married, and there's a lot of commotion around it. Her family is not discriminating against her. This is just going on in her own mind. The family actually is shown in quite a positive light, I thought, though they are, and they are celebrating the pregnancy. They are really looking after the younger, the pregnant woman in the family, which they should. They do not neglect the elder, which was my takeaway. Now everybody can look at it differently. But for Prega News to pick up the issue of infertility, I thought that was good. And I thought for them to give out the message that she's complete within herself, very important message. Once again, unfortunately, Abhinav, this is that one of those things that we were discussing. This message is very good for this India, the India that you and me see every day. It will not fly for the India where child marriages we are scoring very high on, or on the India where
less participation in the workforce, low education.
Drop out after graduation. What do you think these girls are doing after they're dropping out of graduation? They're all getting ready to get married, right?
The campaign which you mentioned, Shaadi.com, it does mention in the plate that more than 74% of women in India say yes to marriage even when they don't want to say. And second campaign, Prega News का infertility, इसमें भी आमतौर पर ऐसा होता है कि infertility के जो numbers हैं हमारे इंडिया में वो है ही नहीं. नहीं है. इनफर्टिलिटी के नंबर्स बहुत ज्यादा ऐप नहीं है. आई मीन आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू दिस कॉलम. इज इनफर्टिलिटी राइजिंग इन इंडिया? प्रोबेबली, बट डॉक्टर्स कांट बी श्योर ड्यू टू लैक ऑफ गुड डेटा. यू नो, बिकॉज दीज
वाली बात.
हाँ, क्योंकि इनफर्टिलिटी किसी भी फैमिली के लिए बड़ी शर्म की बात होती है, और वो आमतौर पे खुल के नहीं आते हैं कि भाई हमारे यहाँ बेटे की वजह से या बेटी की वजह से हम आगे नहीं बढ़ा पा रहे हैं अपना परिवार. सेम गोज फॉर women's marriage. Now these campaigns are very respectable news because firstly they address a very genuine pain point, number one, and number two, they help so-called ordinary women of India to come out of the shell of fear, come out of the shell of distrust, come out of the shell of suppression. और ये बहुत जरूरी है अगर आप genuine women's day बनाना चाहते हैं तो. मतलब ऐसा मुझे लगता है.
Ideally, advertising should reflect the society and shape opinion. It has a two-way job to do. It needs to do both of it. Now, currently, the advertising scenario in India is under pressure. अभी ना आपने और मैंने इसके बारे में बहुत दफा इस मुद्दे पे हमने जिक्र करा है, which is about I don't want to use that word, but the censorship or the criticism that sometimes comes from people and from our authorities towards some of the content that we are capable of showing. Now, both of these things kind of challenge where or what advertising can do. लेकिन the job of advertising is this कि एक हमारी कंट्री में और हमारे लोग क्या कह रहे हैं, क्या सोच रहे हैं, it has to reflect it. दूसरा, it has to shape it. मेरी सोच क्या होना चाहिए, ये मुझे सीखने को मिलता है. So from that point of view, the messaging is good. लेकिन the question from here is कि आगे क्या, उसके बाद क्या. अब आप Bruises Are Good वाला campaign देख लें of Reebok. They led last year a petition to make to make personal defense mandatory or at least given in colleges, in schools, which means कि आपके स्कूल में ये करिकुलम का होना जरूरी है. भले आप इसको लें या आपकी चॉइस है, लेकिन आप ये मैंडेटरी करें कि आप if I want to take it, मेरे पास ये अवेलेबल हो. लेकिन हुआ तो कुछ नहीं ना. Like for this entire time इस मुद्दे पे अभी तक कोई चेंज ऐसी आई नहीं है. हालांकि एक ब्रांड ने इसको पुश करा. So मेरे ख्याल में the next thing that comes over here, Abhinav, is the consistency and converting that message into some form of action. Exactly. And is the brand responsible then? Is the brand responsible for this? कि आपकी messaging के बाद, उसके बाद on ground आपने उसका क्या करा? Is the brand supposed to take that responsibility? Correct. That is something that we should really look at.
You know, we need to come out and promote such campaigns which actually talk about call to action and not just freebie ज्ञान. Another aspect which I think जिस पे बहुत ज्यादा बात होनी चाहिए वो है hypocrisy. क्योंकि hypocrisy जो सोसाइटी में है, खासकर औरतों को लेकर के.
Yes.
मतलब आपके फ्रेम में आकर के कोई शायद ना बोले कि हम दहेज नहीं लेते हैं. कोई आकर के नहीं, हमने तो अपने बेटियों को बहुत पढ़ाया है लेकिन शादी वो हमारी मर्जी से करेंगे. हमने बेटी को अपनी बहुत पढ़ाया है लेकिन शादी वो वहीं करेंगे जहाँ हम चाहते हैं. You know, these are some societal, I would say not flaws, will be an understatement to say. This is the way we have been nurtured to think.
It is our precondition.
It's a precondition.
Exactly. This is exactly what our mindset is. This is a basic expectation. By the way, you know, I know we're talking about women, but ये उम्मीद बहुत सारी parents को अपने sons से भी है कि मेरा बेटा मेरी मर्जी से शादी करेगा. Of course, pressure अलग हो जाता है. I should not do the comparison. लेकिन इंडिया में ये सारे preconditions के साथ हमें deal करना है. You're absolutely right. These are some of the things where brands should ideally come in play. That's the point I'm making. The point of a brand making the segregation of the empowered women, and hence how can she be enabled to empowering women. They cannot use the same approach to address these two different sections of women. It will not cut eyes. We will continue to see the kind of dropping numbers we are seeing in terms of our economic contribution from women.
Exactly. नहीं तो and if these changes are not implemented, हर साल result वही रहेगा, अंडा बटा पराठा. We will not be moving beyond that, and we'll be celebrating the Women's Day in a similar manner.